Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Som Distilleries and Breweries Limited's Q4 and 12 months FY 2024 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. If you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. Before we begin, I would like to remind all participants that some of the statements or comments made on today's call may be forward-looking in nature. These may include, but are not necessarily limited to, financial projections or other statements of the company's plans, objectives, expectations, or intentions. The company disclaims any obligation to update these forward-looking statements to reflect future events or developments. Kindly refer to slide number 2 of the earning presentation for a detailed disclaimer. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Nakul Sethi, Director, Finance and Strategy of Som Distilleries and Breweries Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good day, everyone, and welcome to our company's Q4 FY24 earnings call. This past year has been a remarkable journey for us, punctuated by numerous milestones. In terms of volume, beer sales for Q4 FY24 was 63 lakh cases, up 34% over the same period last year. The mainline brands such as Hunter and Powercool registered volume growth of 12% and 27% respectively as compared to Q4 FY23. For the full year FY24, our annual beer volume surged by an impressive 43%, totaling 214 lakh cases compared to 149.6 lakh cases in FY23. Beer realization for the full year FY24 was rupees 552 per case compared to rupees 488 in FY23, mainly influenced by the mix of SKUs and price increase. Notably, our flagship brand Hunter recorded a 19% year-on-year increase, Blackfoot grew by 50%, and Powercool saw a 42% volume increase. Total IMFL volume for the financial year 23-24 was 10 lakh cases as compared to 8.9 lakh cases in financial year 22-23. The overall IMFL portfolio grew by 14%. These remarkable strides were propelled by robust demand for our products and our commitment to delivering top-notch offerings tailored to our consumers' preferences. Turning to the financial performance for Q4 FY24, we reported a substantial increase in our total income reaching 3,852 million, showcasing a remarkable year-on-year growth of 52%. Our EBITDA for the quarter amounted to rupees 455 million, exhibiting a robust year-on-year growth of 59% with a margin of close to 12%. Furthermore, our net profit for the quarter stood at rupees 188 million, reflecting a commendable year-on-year growth of 19%. For the entirety of FY24, our total income surged to rupees 12,864 million from rupees 8,080 million, indicating a notable year-on-year growth of 59%. Similarly, our EBITDA for the financial year reached rupees 1,552 million, reflecting a significant growth of 50% on a year-on-year basis, with a steady margin of exceeding 12%. The PBT for the financial year 23-24 was at 1,219 million as against rupees 704 million for the financial year 22-23, showing a growth of 73%. The net profit reported for financial year 23-24 stood at rupees 853 million as against 604 million reported in FY 22-23, showing a growth of 41%. These impressive financial achievements for Q4 and the full year FY24 underscore the success of our growth-oriented strategies and the profound impact on our profitability. Furthermore, after the capex completion at Hassan, our overall beer capacity has increased from 30.2 million cases to 35.2 million cases as of April 2024. Looking ahead to an upcoming peak season, we anticipate heightened capacity utilization, which will undoubtedly translate into improved sales and profitability in the forthcoming quarters. Before we proceed to the Q&A session, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the stakeholders for their support and confidence in our endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may press star and one on their touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use only handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Abneesh Roy from Nuvama. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. My first question is on the raw material side. If you could tell us on your key raw materials like glass and barley, etc., how do you see in the coming quarters and FY25 on the trend?
So the prices of barley have stabilized. The glass bottles prices also have stabilized, but the benefit has not been passed on to the end consumers or end users like us. But the point to note is that our dependence on new glass bottles continues to be high because we are in a growth phase which is higher than what the industry is growing. But we expect that we should be able to maintain our margins in the range of 12 to 13% for this current year also.
Okay. Second is in Karnataka, past few quarters you have done quite well. I understand the national market leader is also now coming up with price points which are quite aggressive. So if you could tell us at the lower price points of the market leader, which I hear is even below 700, and then they have one more at around 117, 120. That kind of pricing, is it impacting your own plans from a 1 or 2 years perspective? Because these are initial times. You may have also done well, but overall, because market leader is also now aggressive on pricing, how do you see Karnataka market share from 2-3 years perspective?
Sir, we had entered Karnataka about close to about 4 years back, and we had taken the market leader and other dominant players head on, and at all price points the market leader as well as the other competitors also operate. So we are pretty sure that we will be able to maintain our market share. In fact, we are looking at increasing our market share in the next 2 to 3 years.
Two quick follow-up. Now that you have done well in terms of the entry strategy in Karnataka, would you look at premiumization there also? And second, in other markets, would you look at replication of this strategy, and any states you have finalized further on this?
Sir, each state has got a different strategy. We cannot just, cut, copy and paste for the different states. And we are also working on some premiumization strategy. We'll keep you informed about that, sir.
Okay. Thanks. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. A reminder to all the participants that you may please press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Shanmugam K, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon, good evening. May I audible?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very much.
Yeah. So this is regarding on taxation. Firstly, congratulations on good set of numbers. As you said in interviews, you got it, more than 50% of growth, both the EBITDA as well as revenue. But if you look at a profit after tax, I see somewhere abnormal in terms of taxation, sir. The overall for the year, if you look at, it's coming 36 crores of taxation is coming around 30% of your profit before tax. And if you look at cash flow, the cash flow statement is showing 16 crores or 18 crores paid. And last year there is no taxes as well in the cash flow statement. Can you give me some reconciliation on the taxes first? And what is this?
This is a provision which has been created, which was required to be created under the regulations. So this amount actually will differ from the actual outgo of tax will be there. And as for the last year, there were accumulated losses in our some subsidiaries, so we got the benefit of that.
No, do you mean is it deferred tax included in that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how much deferred tax included? Generally, in this financial statement, there will be split between current tax and deferred tax. I see. Sorry if I'm missing it. Can you please give me the deferred tax portion of this total 36 crores for the year?
It would be about 14-15 crores.
14-15 crores deferred tax.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the balance to actual 12 to 13 crores will be federal tax, I mean the main current tax paid.
Yes.
So that's what it is being shown in the cash flow statement, around 15 to 17 crores, I believe. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that would be deferred tax. And I see the balance sheet, I think I'm right. There is a tax recovery, the incremental number, if you look at year on year, is coming around 67 crores, sir. Am I right? So may I know about that? What is the tax recoveries?
Tax recoveries?
Yeah, in asset side, in other asset side, there is a tax recoveries. I see some incremental number about by 67 crores in the balance sheet.
I'll have to check on that, sir.
Okay. So that recoveries, is it direct taxation or?
I think it could be some VAT which is payable.
VAT.
That's on an ongoing basis.
Okay. Yeah. So there is another part. So how is it deferred tax? When you say, sorry to ask again, that's 15 crores is deferred tax. Any source can you mention, sir? I know the deferred tax. I know why deferred tax would arise because of temporal differences between your tax books and your company books. But this amount is very, seems to be abnormal. May I know which source, sir? It is because of differential in depreciation or differential in any provisions that you made specifically. Can you mention some source on which that you had to take this deferred tax?
I'll answer this, sir, on a one-to-one basis.
Okay. That's one thing. And secondly, sir,
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. I would request to kindly rejoin the queue for follow-up questions, please.
I asked one question. Can I ask you one more last question? Only two questions. One question, taxation. The second is this is going to be in cost savings. Can I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So there is one second question. My second question is, this is referring to your notification that on efficiency improvements, sir. The efficiency improvement, you said that, on packaging cost, that there will be some productivity about 25% going forward, that is commenced from April onwards. So when you say it's a 25% productivity, may I know I believe it is regarding to packaging cost. So what would be your packaging cost for the year, sir, when FY24 if you look at, and what is that percentage on sales as of now, as of March 24?
We cannot disclose that figure, sir.
No, it's a cost element, sir. So
No, we cannot discuss the cost element, sir.
May I know the percentage on sales, sir, your package cost on sales?
Cannot, sir.
Okay. So, if you say the 25% of package cost is going to be, we will have some cost savings, am I right? That's what your notification, when you say it's 25%. Am I right?
Sir, I would request you to join the queue. It's taking too long.
Yes, sir, please. Thank you. You may please press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Darshika Khemka from AV FinCorp. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on a normal set of numbers. I had a question that the last time around you had given a guidance of around 2,000 crores of revenue for the next 2 years. Does that guidance stay intact, or would you want to revise your guidance upward given the kind of performance that we have had during the year?
Ma'am, I think it would be more prudent that we look at how the quarter one pans out for this current year, and then maybe we can have a talk on the guidance.
Sure. Yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you. Participants, you may please press star and 1 to ask questions at this time. The next question is from the line of Alisha Mahavla from Envision Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. So we, in the last financial year, FY24, got approval to supply to a few new states. Have we started catering to any of those? Which of those will be our priority in FY25? And is there any potential market share that we're targeting? Just any strategy around the new states that we're looking at entering? So you could just highlight, talk about it.
So yes, ma'am. So we have started dispatches to newer states like Rajasthan, Jharkhand, and also to Uttar Pradesh. So all these 3 states are, priority states for us in the coming quarters.
And the increased capacity from Hassan should be able to cater to this demand?
So the increase in the plant at Hassan for the full year has the capacity utilization has been in the range of 93-94%. So there was no headway for supplying to the other states like Kerala or Pondicherry from there. So the increased capacity of close to about 50 lakhs per annum would give us the much desired capacity to supply to these states.
And Rajasthan, Jharkhand and UP will be catered from the Bhopal plant then?
Yes, ma'am.
And are we also talking of a capacity expansion at Bhopal?
Not right now, ma'am. We ended the year with about close to about 70% capacity utilization at Bhopal. So we still have scope for at least this year.
Okay. So what is the kind of capex that we're targeting for FY25?
We are working out the exact numbers because we are keen to expand our capacity in Odisha, and we are working on the exact numbers. Maybe next 2-3 months we'll have a concrete idea about the money we'll spend.
And any plans on acquiring any capacity in any of the newer states that we're looking at entering?
That process is ongoing. We are always looking at some opportunities where we get some value buys.
And just one last question that, like you were mentioning earlier, that every state is different and the strategy that we may have to work with will be different, and also because we'll be catering to it either from Bhopal or Hassan. Directionally, where do we think that the state mix and the product mix on sustainable basis in terms of margins, what would be a sustainable number?
In terms of margins?
Yes.
So like I mentioned to the previous caller, we are looking at between 12 to 13% EBITDA margin. That's our target for the short to medium term.
Okay. Thank you. I'll come back in the queue.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Hiten Borija from Sequent Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. So my first question is on the utilization level. You mentioned Karnataka plant is running at 90% and Bhopal is running at 70%. Can you also give the same for Odisha plant?
No, Odisha is slightly lower at about 50%.
50%. And if you can answer, like, Odisha plant is catering to which market, sir?
Right now it is to Odisha and
Okay.
some of it is going to Jharkhand.
Okay. Odisha and Jharkhand.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question is on, I believe we have hired Mr. Anand Agarwal as the Chief Marketing Officer somewhere in April. So if you can throw some lights on the strategy, what are the strategy we are looking for marketing, as I believe we don't follow any surrogate advertise, etc. If you can throw some light on that.
He is an industry veteran and he's got lots of experience working with the Alco Beverages company. And we look forward to his, guidance and the way forward in growing our brands.
Understood. So one last question on the volume and the prices. So if you can give any number or guidance on what kind of growth we are looking this year in FY25, as our Odisha plant is running at low utilization. So if you can throw some number on that.
So I think like I mentioned to the previous caller also, that let the numbers come in for quarter one, and then maybe we can give you a fair amount of idea about the growth we are anticipating for the rest of the financial year and maybe for the next year also.
Any update on prices, sir? Are we looking for price hike after the... Sorry, yeah.
We are evaluating. We found out a little late.
Okay. I'll come back in the queue, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You may please press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Deepak Poddar from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. So just the thing that I wanted to understand, do we have any kind of data which kind of explains or give an understanding that how much percentage of our revenue would be from premium mix or something on those lines? Do we have any kind of data? And how do we plan to scale this percentage over the next 2-3 years?
What do you exactly mean by premium mix?
A premium mix in terms of your, higher ASP SKUs, right? The mix of those. Yeah.
See, let me give you industry perspective. In the beer, especially beer, about 85 to 86% is the strong beer segment. Mm-hmm. And you only have about 14-15% is the premium and the lager and the craft beers. So all the industry is concentrated in the 85-86%. So from that way the volumes come in. So similarly for us, we are maybe getting about 95 to 96% of our sales from this big chunk.
That is a strong beer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. And do we have any kind of outlook on the debt side? How do we I think currently we are at about 177 crores of debt, right, as of FY24. So how do we see that as in next 1 to 2 years?
We might obviously we require some debt for our working capital, but I do not anticipate that there will be much change in the term debt profile in the short to medium term.
Okay. And in terms of your total debt, including the working capital debt, it might have some increase, right, because of your working capital requirement.
Yeah, because obviously we will need working capital if we want to grow, and most of the states, as you probably know, are duty-paid states.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I mean, there will be a need for working capital as we grow.
Correct. But in the past, did we had any plan, I mean, to go debt-free or something of those sorts? Did we had any plan of that sort?
So we have a plan that, we have to keep our debt equity ratio in check, and if you can see in the last 8 quarters, we have tried to reduce our debt. So I mean, we want to have a judicious mix of our internal accruals and equity plus debt as we grow.
Understood. Fair enough. Yeah, that's very helpful, sir. I mean, yeah, that's it from my side. All the very best. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask questions may please press star and one on their touchtone phone. The next question is from the line of Shubham Jain from NB Alpha Fund. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Yeah, am I audible? Yes. Good afternoon. I just had one question, a follow-up on the previous question that was there on the working capital. So, if you look at our current liabilities, it's gone up from 70 odd crores to about 120 crores, and same is the case for financial liabilities. So what exactly are these liabilities? Because in the last year, there was about 60 crores of statutory liability.
So I think there has been...
the nature of these liabilities?
You're saying in the current liabilities?
Correct. So you have about 118 crores of current liabilities and 120 crores of financial liabilities.
So this is some supplier financing which we had taken during this quarter.
Okay, so the bulk of the increase is because of supplier financing?
Yes, and there is some increase in the VAT payable also.
Okay, in the VAT payable. And the supplier financing comes at what rate for us?
It comes at about close to 9.5 to 10%.
Okay, so this is essentially debt which is getting classified in another category.
Yeah, because we tend to pay it maybe in the space of about close to less than a month or 45 days.
Understood. Got it. That's it. I just have one question. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yash Dalvi from Systematics. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you for taking up my question and congratulations on the great set of results. So you said that you want to expand the capacity of Odisha plant, which is currently at 50% utilization, but you are not very keen on Bhopal plant, which is operating at a much higher capacity. So what would be the reason for that? Is the demand from Odisha and Jharkhand that's wrong?
Yeah. We are anticipating that the demand from Odisha, Jharkhand, and the Northeast will, increase in the next 6 months or 9 months. So that's why we want to increase our footprint in the Odisha capacity as of now.
In Northeast, which states would be targeting there?
So there is West Bengal, there is the other states like Sikkim and all.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Abhinav from an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Congratulations for the set of numbers. So what happened to the QIP which was planned before?
So as of now, there is no QIP being thought of because the intention of the QIP was to take care of the capex and the other working capital needs of the company at that in last September. So it's been now 6 months plus, and as of now we don't anticipate any need for the fund at this point of time.
Okay, sir. Then the taxation at Q4, you have more taxes. Can you guide for the Q1 financial 25? Can you mention the percentage?
Sorry?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Mr. Abhinav, your voice is muffled, sir. May we request you to use your handset, please?
I'm audible now.
Yes.
So for the Q4, you have higher taxes, and it's because of different taxes, you said that. For Q1 25, can you please mention the tax rate, like in terms of percentage, approximately?
No, I can't give idea because that will depend upon how we grow and what will be the PBT at that point of time.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Participants, to ask questions, you may please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Avinash from Quality Investment. Please go ahead. Mr. Avinash, I have unmuted your line. Kindly proceed.
Yeah. Hi. So I just have a very broad question from like a 3-year or 5-year perspective. Can you just give us on, how are you planning to expand the business? So by that, what I mean is, is there going to be some sales, additional channels that you're going to use for distribution? And generally to push sales, is it all point of sale, initiatives that will give us this result? Just want to understand how you are planning to take market share.
See, I think we have been showing consistent growth for the last 8 quarters, and we have executed our plans very well in terms of growing market share, in terms of our sales volumes, and we expect that we shall do the same things which we have done in the past in the future also.
Okay, got it. And again, just curious, because in the IPL season, we see some of the competitive brands doing some pseudo marketing and stuff like that. Is that a line that we will pursue anytime soon, or do you feel it's not very effective?
I think we are happy the way which we are doing business right now. I cannot comment on my competitors.
Got it. And again, just to summarize, would that be like it's a distribution-led business primarily, and that is expected to create brand? Is that like the hypothesis that we are working with?
Sir, this is similar to a FMCG business, and of course the distributors and the retailers play a very important role in getting your product across to the consumers. But the prime thing is that the quality and the acceptance of the consumer should be there, because distribution to a point can get the product to the consumer, but it is the consumer who has to ask for the product next time around. So that's the key.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Nakul Sethi for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Thank you all for joining the call. I trust that all your queries have been adequately addressed. Should you require any further information, please reach out to our investor relations advisors or to me directly. We will do our best with all the necessary details at the earliest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, members of the management. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Som Distilleries and Breweries Limited, that concludes this conference. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.
Thank you.